Let's jump to the story from the Post-Millennial. Biden flubs Zelensky introduction, calls him President Putin at NATO summit. Now, I know all of you listening, we know Joe Biden gaffes all the time, and he calls people the wrong names, and he makes up words that are not words. So this is not surprising to you.
He's a lot like Shakespeare.
That's right. It's right. Sometimes he's got to make the word and then tell people what it means. What is surprising is that his own campaign account mocked him for it. We are at the point now where, okay, so, a few weeks ago, we're posting these videos like, that's a weird thing Joe Biden just did. Did he poop his pants? And they're like, that's a cheap fake. Yeah. You've edited that to make that look bad. Now, the Biden-Harris HQ account is literally posting them outright. Take a look at this. They actually posted, President Biden, ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin, he's going to beat President Putin. Zelensky says, I'm better. And he says, you're a hell of a lot better. They're just outright posting these things themselves. Here's the clip.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
I like the part how he's
beating Putin. We got to worry about it. Anyway.
I like how he sounded like he surprised himself.
Right. Like he heard it after he said it and went, did someone just say Putin?
I'm just glad the war's over.
Yeah. Given American foreign policy, in about 6 months, that might be accurate.
The funniest bit about this, though, is Zelensky's reaction to it. You don't see it on this clip. But you can see Zelensky's processing it through the filter of it being a second language. He's just like, oh, no.
No, I think he's reacting to it as in, what do I say next that doesn't lose me billions of dollars?
Yeah. You can see the calculation going thick and fast in Zelensky's head.
How many times do you think this is going to get played in Moscow now, where Biden is saying President Putin and then Zelensky has to take the mic next? I mean, it's just humiliating.
The Russian pundits are going to be like, well, to be fair, Putin will be the president soon, right?
Exactly.
But okay, so here's
Even Joe Biden thinks so.
Look, the war in Ukraine. I would like to talk about that too. But why is the Biden campaign website posting this clip? There's no upside.
Because some unfortunate Zoomer has been paid to run this account, and there's just nothing they can do with it. What are they going to say? Well, it's out of my hands. It's like literally in God's hands now.
It's like Eminem said in like 8 Mile. It's like if you make fun of yourself, you take the sting out of it.
They're trying to make this look like Willy Wonka walking out to the gates and falling over and doing a roll.
Yeah. Only he's not going to roll. He's going to like fall directly into a coffin.
I think they've just had months of.
And Kamala's just throwing the soil on top.
She's like,
come on, Joe.
She's
greased the steps up to Air Force One.
She's ready. No, I mean, I think to a certain extent, this is just the result of months and months of, well, if we do anything to praise Zelensky, that's good. American people like it when we do that. So if it's actually, us saying, oh, Zelensky is better than Putin, then surely they'll let this go. They won't realize how horrible this is for us. It's the only spin I could imagine going on behind the scenes.
I think that's it. The idea is like, they know it's bad. They know literally everyone watched. They know the purpose of these pressers are to try and build confidence in Biden. And the only thing they can do is own it.
Do you think there's a kind of war weariness in the Biden campaign? Like every day they get up and say, okay, yeah, President Putin is ruling Ukraine. Vice President Trump is going to be the best president ever. Got it. Yeah, it's just another day on the trail. We're just going to get through this. He can't live forever. He can't have too many. He just can't have too many years left. We're just going to get through it.
It's like you ever see that meme where Death has got the crane game, and he grabs a guy, and it's like someone would die. And then he's like, George Carlin, is Henry Kissinger even in this thing?
That was the one forever.
Yeah, just every time some famous person died, it's like, and then when someone made the meme when Kissinger did die, and he was like, and it just said, Death said finally, like he got him. Yeah. Biden is what, 2 years past average life expectancy for an American male. It's 79. Yeah.
He's trying to break his own record as United States' oldest president. It's just very sad.
Well, every day he breaks the record. Every day.
Didn't he once say he was in the Senate for 2 centuries? That was one of his gaffes.
I sort of.
Was that a gaff? Was that a gaff?
I'm sure he has been haunting the Senate for a long time.
There was a tweet you put out once that said every politician, it was right-wing politicians, but I think this applies, either has werewolf or vampire physiognomy.
Yeah.
And I think Trump's the werewolf, Biden's definitely the vampire.
That is funny. Yeah. Was that? I saw that too. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. That about explains it.
I mean, Zelensky's got the werewolf physiognomy, right?
Putin's definitely a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What is?
It's weird how it maps on, right?
I guess my question with all this too, because we do have more to talk about with Joe Biden's failures and his panic. But while we're here, I'm just curious because you guys are from the UK. Obviously, you got your own problems.
Oh yeah.
And even beyond that, like you're more closely connected to what we're seeing with France. But I mean, like, how does this affect you guys? Do you watch this stuff? How closely are you paying attention
How
to
can
it?
we not watch it? It's the greatest show on earth. Look at this.
Well, we're also a vassal state of the global American empire, so we
Yeah,
have
but-
to. we have
That's
to see
right.
What's coming
That's
out of
right.
central office?
The thing is, like, you don't feel like America interfering in British politics because British politics is just. I mean, American politics is so catastrophic. It's not like you guys don't have enough to deal with. But like, the whole thing is, we just watch with just kind of a sigh. Just be like, right, okay. Biden's done that. Biden's like the Afghanistan thing was just a genuine like moment of like, oh dear, right, okay. America is on a downswing. You know,
Yeah.
America's on a genuine downswing. And the thing is, like one thing that I've noticed that the New Worlders have in a mindset difference from the Old Worlders is the Old Worlders think in just much longer terms than the New Worlders. Like everyone's thinking, oh, what's China thinking of Biden? China doesn't really care about Biden. China's thinking in terms of hundreds of years. So they're thinking, right, if America is at this point now, where are you going to be in 50 years' time? And the answer is probably in a worse position.
You know, one idea I love in sci-fi is like, not even sci-fi, but if we were to launch a spaceship with humans on it towards, say, Alpha Centauri, they'd be halfway there when a more advanced human spaceship would go past them.
I thought you were going to say when Joe Biden leaves office.
I guess my point is,
But yeah, I get you.
it's this trope in sci-fi where it's like the technology would advance so fast that by the time they're halfway, we've already well advanced beyond and we can go faster. Yeah. That's the mentality of China. The 1,000-year plan, I think they call it. They're not thinking about how they're interacting with U.S. today. They're thinking about, in 20 years, we're going to have A, B, and C, and we're going to intersect with where we think the United States is going to be. What do we need to build to counteract that? Yeah. And by the time we get to that point, and the U.S. is like, hey, look, China just launched a bunch of satellites that are a threat to us. We better, too late, because they already planned for that, and they've already counteracted that.
Yeah.
That's what we're dealing with internationally. So, agreed.
One thing about democratic politics, it makes you very focused on the here and now and the day-to-day constant partisan battle. Well, they don't have that in China. They don't have that in Russia. This is why Putin has actually done as well as he has done in the war in Ukraine. He's obviously been preparing for this. He's kind of like judo flipped the Western economy. We expected to economically crush Russia, and that's actually not what happened. Actually, everyone's food went up. Actually, everyone's fuel prices went up. Actually, everything got a lot worse for us. And things aren't going brilliantly in Ukraine, despite how much men and material and treasure we pour into it. So he's been thinking of this in much longer terms than us, whereas us in the sort of boxing ring of democratic politics haven't been thinking about this in the long term at all.
What do you think happens with Europe and the UK if Trump wins?
Oh, that'll be fun. So there's been a conversation recently because the Labour Party won the recent election and we now have a new foreign secretary, a blithering idiot by the name of David Lammy.
Blithering left-wing idiot.
Redundant phrase, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
If you go...
not all idiots are left-wing, but all left-wingers are idiots.
Point well made. If you go on the account of one of my favourite Twitter anons, Cunley Druckper, he has a clip of David Lammy when he went on the show Mastermind, which, if you're not aware, for those outside the UK, you sit down and you are quizzed on a specialist subject. David Lammy chose his specialist subject and got 0, if I remember correctly, and 1 on the general knowledge.
But he would answer ridiculous questions. Like he would say something like, "Oh, who is Edward VII's son?" And he would say Edward VI. And it's like, no, that's not how chronology works.
Lines of success.
That would obviously be at the very least his father, and it's just stuff like that. And
So
not our best and brightest. And now
Not only is he not
You're
our
not
best and
sending your
brightest,
best.
we're not.
well, on the topic of Trump, he has made some interesting statements on President Trump before.
Trump's a white supremacist.
Yes, he's a racist, he's a sexist, all this and that. And now he's probably looking at dealing with him. And the suggestion has actually been recently, now that Nigel Farage is an MP, Trump could just go as a maverick. Why would I want to talk to the foreign secretary? I'm only dealing with Nigel. He's an elected official.
be
We could just go
amazing.
round him.
I mean, on a personal level, if Trump came to the UK, he would definitely meet with Nigel Farage anyway.
Yeah.
So it would, even if it wasn't sort of de facto or de jure, it would look de facto like Nigel was dealing with Trump as in an official capacity. So, but the Labour Party is incredibly left wing, and they know that they're probably going to have to make a really difficult, pragmatic decision to deal with the giant orange right wing evil that they've been decrying for the past 5 years. And so that's pretty funny, to be honest.
But what's, for a while, I mean, we can go back to Brexit, right? A lot of people felt that Brexit was like a precursor, not necessarily a precursor, but was like a sign Trump was coming.
It was very much the same sort of thing. The same forces underpinned Brexit that they did with Trump. And Brexit was slightly before Trump. But it was the same kind of populist energy. Wait, we're not in favour of the global uniparty state that's going to manage and administer every aspect of our lives. It's very much the same impulse.
But how's it going over there now?
Oh, terribly.
So should we? So I don't know. That kind of makes me not so confident for November.
Oh, no, it's not that it couldn't have gone well. It's that we were governed by the Conservative Party. And the Conservative Party are I don't know how to describe them.
Treacherous,
Traitors?
left-wing.
Literal, treasonous, I mean,
Am I
weird
wrong?
deviants.
Corrupt, perverts.
Didn't you guys both just get kicked out of the Conservative Party?
Yeah, on that topic, yeah.
It's because we're not deviants.
Oh, okay.
You guys personally?
Yeah,
Yes.
we personally got kicked out of the Conservative Party.
During former Home Secretary Suella Braverman's speech at NatCon, we got emails saying that you have been removed from the Conservative Party. Please don't share this email. So of course we just shared it.
Was this after your speech?
Yeah.
Because your speech, the speech. If you guys haven't seen it,
It's on my YouTube channel.
Carl gave a speech, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was everything that it should have been. It was absolutely great.
Got another one on the 27th coming up.
I make sure you
a
see
banger.
it. Carl's a great speaker. I'm kind of shocked that after that,
No, it would have been exactly because of that. Because
Probably because of the speech. Because remember, like
you can see that I'm like
Real quick,
flabbergasted.
What's the quick elevator pitch thesis of the speech?
Oh, the thesis of the speech is, look, our country is genuinely falling apart, and we actually have to start thinking about the actual nature of what England is and why it's falling apart. But the thing is, the Conservatives, one of the primary reasons that England is falling apart, and they actively have a plan to destroy it, obviously, which is why things are going so badly and which is why they're going down so far in the polls. Because the Conservative Party are the right-wing party, but of course they're all a bunch of gay liberals, and I mean this, literally gay liberals, and so they who refuse to join the gay liberal parties. And so people are like, okay, well, I'm not going to vote for this, and I'm not going to be lied to again. Right. And so, okay, the Labour Party, who are also a gay liberal party, said, look, we're going to destroy this country, by the way. Vote for us. And so people were like, well, we're just not going to vote Conservative. And what that meant is the Labour Party flooded across the electoral map.
with a lower vote share than in 2019 when they were defeated.
With a lower vote share than an actual communist.
Thanks for watching this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to check out the live show Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. on this channel. Subscribe and we'll see you all there.